Hey everyone, this is a simple video on constructing triangles given sides and angles. So there's three basic ways we're going to look at this. The first one is if we are given three sides. Okay, so this is three sides. We'll do that one first. So we'll pick three sides. We'll make it equal. So we'll say all sides equal 5 centimeters. So we have three sides that equal 5 centimeters. Okay, and just in terms of using proper symbols, so S1 equals 5 centimeters, side 2 equals 5 centimeters, side 3 equals 5 centimeters. Okay, so those are our parameters. Now for this, we are only going to be using our compass and a ruler. So if they're all 5 centimeters, we can start off and we can draw a 5 centimeter line. Okay, that'll be our starting point. So we'll make a little mark there, at the 0 and the 5. Okay, and we will draw our line like this. So now we have 5 centimeters. And the other two sides are 5 centimeters as well, and it's very difficult to do that just with a ruler, okay? Because you won't get the angle proper in terms of the triangle. So the way we do that is we use our compass. And now what you're going to do is put your sharp end on one end of the line on the compass, and you're going to open it up, right? And make it so that your compass just touches the other end of the line. Okay, like that. That's, oh, it came off. Let's put that back on again. There we go. Right, just like that. Okay, so this is 5 centimeters, and you can always use a ruler to do the same thing. Right, you can measure it on a ruler. Right, you can do 0 to 5. Okay, same thing. But we already drew a 5 centimeter line, so we may as well do it that way. So now what you're going to do is you're going to draw an arc. An arc is just a round line. Now, the only issue with my compass is the lead is just a little weak. Okay, so that's what we do. So really this would draw a circle, right, if you let it. Okay, it would be a circle with a 5 centimeter radius, 10 centimeter diameter, right? So all you've done is just drawn an arc with that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it just a little darker with a pencil so that it's easier to see on the video. There we go. It's not quite right, but and I didn't change the length of this because I want to keep it 5 centimeters because all of our lines are 5 centimeters. So now I put the sharp end on the other side of the line like this. Okay, and then I'm going to draw another arc, but I only need to draw the part that intersects with the arc that I just drew, right? And I know it's hard to see, so I'll actually go over it with a pencil, right? And that's where it goes, like that. Okay, so they have intersected at this point. And now I'm just going to draw ruler lines from that point down and that point down. So we go this way, and we go this way, and now we have our 5 centimeters, our 5 centimeters, and our 5 centimeters. Okay, so let's do another one. Let's do it so that sorry. Let's do it so that we have one side. Side 1 equals, we'll do 6 centimeters, we'll do side 2 equals 5 centimeters, and we'll do side 3 equals 4 centimeters. So we can still draw it. We're given three sides, so we can still do this, construct this triangle. It's just all the sides will be different length, that's all. So the first thing we want to do is draw a line. Move this up. We're going to draw a line, and it doesn't matter which one you do. I just find it easier to start with the bigger line, the one that's the longest. So we'll do a 6 centimeter line. Alright, start at the 0 and the 6 and just draw a line like that. Okay? Now we've done this one, so we can just check it off. Now we need a 5 centimeter line and a 4 centimeter line. Okay, so let's use our ruler because we're going to bring our compass back. Right? We have to measure each one of these lines. So let's go with the 5 centimeter line next. So I'll go up here and I have to measure this on my ruler, and I have to do 5 centimeters. So there is 5. Actually, I still have it set up from the one before. So there's our 5 centimeters right there. Okay, we're good. So now the distance is 5 centimeters, which is the length of this line. So we can decide which side we want. Do we want it on this side or do we want it on this side? It doesn't really matter, right? So let's maybe put it on this side. So then I'm going to, if I want to put that 5 centimeter line on this side of the triangle, then I need to put the point on this end of the base. Alright, and draw my arc like this. Okay, I'm not quite sure where it's going to go yet, so I'll make the arc just a little bit bigger. And I will darken it up a little so it's easier for you to see. Okay. Now this is 5 centimeters from here to any point on that arc. Okay, so now I can say we've done the 5 centimeters, we just don't have the line yet because we don't know where on that arc it's going to go. Okay, and that's what we do on the other side. So now we take our ruler and we measure 4 centimeters. Okay, and right about there, there's our 4 centimeters. Okay, now our 5 centimeters on this side, our 4 centimeters is on this side. So you want to put the point of your compass on this end of the baseline that we drew, right? And now we have to go up and draw the intersection right there, okay? Because that is going to be the top of our triangle. So now we just draw a line from this intersection down here, intersection down here. So we go from here to there, and from the top down. And this will be our 6 centimeters. This will be our 5 centimeters, and this will be our 4 centimeter line. Okay, just using arches. So this is what you do when you have 3 sides that you're given 3 sides, the measurements of 3 sides. So now, what if you're not given the measurements of all 3 sides? What if instead you are given 2 angles and 1 side? Okay, we can still do that. 2 angles and a side. So let's see, what do we have? Let's say our side, let's stick with something bigger so it's easier to see. So our side, or S1, side 1, equals 6 centimeters, and let's say angle A equals 50 degrees, and our angle B equals, well, let's say 60. Okay, keep it simple. So we have 1 length, 1 side, right, and 2 angles, or 2 angles and a side. So now we do need the help of our protractor. Okay, we could use our compass, but we're going to stick with using the protractor. Now, so let's see what we have. We do have a side. We can draw that line. We can draw the one side is 6 centimeters, and just to make it easier, we can make that our base. Right? So if we make a little mark at the 6, at the 0, right, there's our 6 centimeters. So we draw the line like that. Perfect. So we can even label that already, 6 centimeters. Done. Now we have 2 angles, and we have 2 spots we can draw our angles from, and you can label them ahead of time because you can decide already where you want to put them. So let's say I want to put angle A on this side, and I want to put angle B on this side. So angle A we know is 50 degrees, right? So basically it's going to be, the angle is going to be 50 degrees going this way, right? 50 degrees going this way. Okay, so we use our protractor, and we're going to go this way around. So we put our intersection on our protractor right on the end of the line where A is, right? Because that's the angle we're measuring, so that's where the middle goes. And we have the 0 down here on the line, and we just count. We want it to be 50 degrees. So we go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And you draw a line like that. And you can use your protractor to draw your straight line. Okay, so I'm going to draw it like this. And we really don't know what the length of this is yet, because we're not given that length. Okay, so this is angle A, 50 degrees, done. Right, I can even put 50 degrees. Now, angle B is going to be 60 degrees. So we start on this side, right, because that's where the end is, that's where B is, and we want to go 60 degrees this way. Okay, so it's going 60 degrees that way. So we're going to, this will be where it rotates around. So this is our point where the line is going to be drawn from, so that's where we put our compass. All right, it goes to that point, and now we look over here, and there's the 0 on the line. Right, it goes across, and there's our 0. So now we're counting 60 degrees. So we go up 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So we draw a line, and then we go here, and there is our triangle. Okay, so this is angle B, which is 60 degrees, so you can just put 60 degrees in there so you remember. And angle A is 50 degrees. Okay, and that's how you do it if you are given two triangles, right? And sometimes you may have to rotate it around to look at your triangle a little different, but this is where we stop, okay, because we've satisfied what the properties are of the triangle, and we've drawn the triangle, so we're good. Now the next one is, so we did, if we're given three sides, now we have it so we are given two angles and a side. Now what if we are given two sides and an angle? Okay, so only one angle this time, right? One angle and two sides. Well, let's see. For this one, we're going to use our protractor again and our ruler. You know, there are ways to use the compass as well, but until you're a little more comfortable with just using the tools, then let's we'll stick with using the protractor. So what do we have? Let's say we have side 1 equals, let's go bigger, let's go 7 centimeters. Side 2 only equals 5 centimeters. And our angle, let's call it angle C, equals, oh, let's say it equals 45 degrees. Okay, so we have one side 7 centimeters, side 2 5 centimeters, and angle C 45 degrees. So where do we start? Start with what you know. Let's start with the biggest line, the biggest side, and we'll make that our base. So we want it to be 7 centimeters. All right, I'm going to start way down here. I'm not sure how big it's going to be, so this is 7 centimeters. Okay, like this. There's our 7. Easy peasy. Done. Now we have 2 left. We can't do the, well, we can actually, but it's tough to do the 5 centimeters because you're not quite sure where it's going to go, right? On either side, you're not quite sure where this line is going to go. So we need to measure an angle first, because then we know exactly the angle. Okay, let's do this as 7 centimeters. So let's do our angle on this side. So I'm going to put my angle C over here. Right? I'm going to do my 45 up here somewhere. So if this is our 45 degrees, it's going to go like this. Right? There's our 45. I'll put my protractor on here, and I want it to be on C. So this is where the center point of my protractor goes. And when I go along the line, there's the 0. So I'm going to count up 45. 10, 20, 30, 40, and then I go up to these smaller numbers. It's kind of hard to see, so I'm just going to guesstimate. There's probably our 45 right there. And I'm going to draw a line like that. Okay, so there's our C equals 45 degrees. Now that's done. Now I know this side is 5 centimeters. Right, this one's 7, so I just measure along here 5 centimeters, right? Because I know that one of the sides is 5 centimeters. So I'll go from here and like this, and now I just join these two lines together like that. So I have my 5 centimeter side here, my 7 centimeter side here, and my 45 degree angle here. So I've used all three to make my triangle. Okay, and yes, you can always measure the other line and measure the other angles as well. And that is basically how you construct triangles using a compass, protractor, and a ruler when you have sides, when you have two angles in a side, and when you have two sides in an angle. Okay.